the depth of our applications far exceeds some of our competition. I mean, when you do a standard analysis of what features and functions are in our applications versus our clients, they look very similar. But when you go back and you look at them and you peel away the layers, you look and say, well, everybody says they do, for instance, out-of-sequence endorsement processing. Well, sure, everybody can back off one endorsement and reapply it, or they can back off 2 or 3, and then you can manually reapply them. Insurity is unique in that we can go ahead and automate all of that. So if you have 30 transactions you have to back off, the system will back them all off, apply the right one, and reapply the previous ones all automatically. It doesn't require an awful lot of manual intervention like a lot of systems still do, because they simply haven't had the time to build out those deeper features. Internally, we're looking at leapfrogging where we can our competition. We're also looking to find solutions where our clients don't necessarily know they have problems. Or we are looking for ways to engage them in a model that allows us to both bring value to the table outside the traditional vendor-client relationship where the vendor is responsible for a whole bunch of stuff and the client's responsible for a whole bunch of other stuff. I think there's a melding of that coming together now where it depends on the circumstances of a particular thing that you're doing, a particular project or a change that you're implementing. Then who is responsible for what part of that action is going to depend on who has the capacity as well as who has the capability. And that will change from project to project, and you need to be flexible for that. We're driving towards that with our applications now. Well, Jeffrey likes to remind people that we've never had a failure of implementation with a committed partner. If a client wants to make sure that this stuff works, it will work. We will get it. We will devote the resources necessary to implement and maintain and continue to help them use our products to further their business goals over time and over the long haul. When we make modifications for clients and then we support that system over the next 5, 10 years, we're supporting those changes we made 7, 8, 10 years in the past. And we continue to support those going forward. So when the client comes back and says, I want to do this thing, we can pipe up and say, oh, by the way, remember this thing we did. It alters the conversation somewhat because we have a sense of history that, in fact, many of our clients may not have because of the turnover within their shops. So it gives them a very stable, very strong partner who can bring to the table the expertise that is kind of necessary in the technology space, but also the knowledge of both the insurance industry and their specific implementation of the tools.